The legend of Rob Roy, the Highland Rogue, like so many of our best-loved adventure stories, comes from the world of folklore. And perhaps nowhere in the world is the colorful folklore of the past so well preserved and carefully guarded as it is today in Scotland. As we retrace the legend of Rob Roy back through the past, we found the customs and legends of Scotland have changed very little. Like most of Scottish folklore, the story of Rob Roy is a story of the great Scottish clans, or families, represented here by a few of their tartans. The Royal Stewart, the Wallace, the MacLeod, and the McPhersons. Before a Scottish child learned his numbers or alphabet, he was taught the background of his proud family heritage. In most Scottish homes, it was a custom on Sunday afternoons for the children to recite the family tree back to the founder of the clan. In this way, the old leaders and the stories of the clan became an important part of the children's life. Today, and in every part of the world, the young descendants of the Scottish chiefs keep the glory and colorful traditions of their clans alive. Here, the children dance the classic Scottish sword dance, again showing the close links with the historic past. Centuries ago, this was the victory dance of the fierce Highland warriors whose bloody swords proclaimed a victory over their enemies. When the bagpipes and the kilties make their appearance, the old traditions begin to breathe with new life. On these days, few can resist the spell of Scottish magic. In Scotland's colorful past, history and geography became almost the same subject. Her battle-scarred towers and castles are as much a living part of the Scottish landscape as are the beautiful lakes and glens and mountains. It took courage and a fierce love of freedom and beauty to conquer this rugged land. Above all, it took a special quality for which the Scot is famous, a certain something called stick-to-itivity. I think almost every schoolboy in the world must know the legend of Robert Bruce and the Spider. Soon after Bruce was crowned King of Scotland, the English forced him to flee in exile to Ireland. He made numerous attempts to regain his throne, but failed each time. It was after his last failure that the discouraged Bruce had his famous meeting with the Spider.
Now, Robert was the bravest king Scotland's ever known. Came the enemy to threaten his throne. Twice he went to battle, twice he met defeat. Headed for the Highlands in retreat. He thought he'd give up the fight, but it so happened one night he saw a spider at work. Back and forth and back. Up and down and up. Spider kept swinging, swinging on his thread. Tried to hook it to a limb overhead. Spider kept missing every time he tried.
You're never going to make it.
Robert cried. On that eventful day, what did the spider say?
Says I, Robert, my lad, stick to itivity. If you got that stuff called stick to itivity, you're going to do all right. Old man adversity, going to have his bluff call. Stick to itivity, never lost a fight.
Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. You can clear the deck for opportunity. By a flying stick through infinity. If you've got that stuff called stick to infinity, you're going to do all right. We're going to do all right.
Following the advice of the fabled spider, Robert Bruce tried once more and won. For the first time, England was forced to acknowledge the independence of Scotland. But I think of all the real and legendary heroes that have fought for Scottish freedom, the Scots seem to cherish the memory of a man named Rob Roy MacGregor. Although his Robin Hood-like exploits are the stuff of which legends and fables are made, there is no doubt he really existed. Here is his grave. And here is the beautiful Loch Lomond country in which he lived and fought. English history tells us he was a rogue. The Scots tell us he was a hero. And at the famous modern-day Edinburgh festivals, they delight in reenacting his battles and hairbreadth escapes from the English soldiers. Here now is our story of the man called Rob Roy, the Highland Rogue, leader of the Scottish clans.